We might be in March, but the transfer rumours are percolating, and one surprise one that's emerged this week is Jadon Sancho has reportedly asked his agent to get in touch with Chelsea. He's eyeing a return to Stamford Bridge. Obviously, we got to see him firsthand last season. It was up and down for Jadon Sancho, and ultimately it was an obligation to buy that didn't prove to be an obligation in the end. Ended up going back to Manchester United, and he's at Villa right now. Do you think there's any credence in this story, and would you like to see Jadon Sancho back at Chelsea?
No, I don't. No, I don't think there's any credence to it. I mean, look, his agent may well have been instructed to go and speak to Chelsea. We've had a look at him, OK? From what we know, we paid £5 million to send him back to Manchester United. We had a look at him. There were some good moments. Spurs away springs to mind.
Yeah.
There were some flashes, but I've watched him at Villa. He's one of those players that catches the eye but never really hurts you. It doesn't hurt you enough. And I've seen too many of those players. You know, it still feels a little bit like we got Jamie Gittins is like a catches the eye, can he hurt you?
Yeah.
Garnacho looks like he may well start, you know, catches the eye, but he's hurting teams now. I don't see it. I simply do not see him coming back to Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I found him quite a sad watch, to be honest, Sancho, because you saw all this talent. The Spurs game, it was genuinely a top level performance, and then he wouldn't back himself. I think he scored a goal against Ipswich that was similar. Like, he scored a brilliant goal for us when we got that back to 2-2. But he had all that talent, and he wouldn't be confident enough to cut in and shoot. It felt like it was very safe backwards, and I think we all are very aware that it's like, we don't want this. We don't want, on a consistent basis, it's just not the player we're signing.
No, not even on reduced wages. Apparently he's willing to take reduced wages that we offered last time out.
I still don't think that that's a direction. We've had a look at him. We've had him in the front door.
Yeah.
You know, we know the sort of character.
It would feel like when we signed Felix again to me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you've done this as a market opportunity, but you don't really want him.
Yeah.
Do you like, if you wanted the player, it'd have been in the door last summer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, we've had a look at him. So.
Fair enough. I had to throw that one out there. One that seems a little bit more realistic. Andrey Santos is still wanted by Manchester United, according to Ben Jacobs. Right. He's a player that's come to the fore this season. Of course, he played under Liam Rosenior at Strasbourg last season. This year at Chelsea, he's been very effective playing alongside Caicedo. Do you see that one possibly happening, Andrey Santos to Manchester United?
I mean, look, there are a lot of talk about what we look like and who we are as a football club now under the new ownership. We saw Noni came in, we make money on Noni. You know, the Nicholas Jackson situation, that looks like he's not going to go to Bayern. He's going to come back, probably go back out on loan again. Had we got that fee for him, we probably would have moved on. It depends what the fee is. I think there's probably a lot of players in our squad, if the fee is high enough. For example, Man United they want Belieber, right? They've been quoted 100 million plus. If they come in at 90 million for Santos, he's going.
Yeah.
You know, I've exaggerated the point to prove the point, but that's, you know, so there's going to be a fee where Chelsea will go, fine, we'll move you on. That's good business, right? It's good for a player that really is not in our first 11. You know, maybe on some games, but largely no. Depends what the fee is, but you know, I get why they're interested in him.
Yeah.
And Belieber maybe be a little bit pricey for them.
Yeah, he might have dropped in price this season. I haven't been like blown away by Belieber. But yeah, with Santos, I think if it was Maresca still in charge, it would really look like he could easily go. Rosenior seems to be a big fan of him.
He is, yeah. We had him in Strasbourg, right?
That could go in his favour in terms of us keeping him. Hopefully he does. I do like Santos a lot. But a bit like Jay said, I think every player has their price, don't they, really?
Well, that's what it feels like with this current ownership group in terms of, not shy to sell players on and sell them
We still don't
rivals.
know yet exactly if that is going to be the model moving forward. I still need more evidence to tell me. But every player, every club's got a price, depending on what that is. If someone offers £1 billion for Erling Haaland, he will go.
Yeah. There's something within me, though, Jason. I don't like selling players to direct rivals. And if you look at trajectory, us and Manchester United will be competing for similar
Never bothered
things.
me. Mata went there.
Mount.
Don't bother me that.
Really?
No. It's something that other fans seem to have a thing with about selling to direct rivals. If he's not our player anymore and we can't see him in the first team, then go.
I'm okay depending on the player. Like, I wouldn't want us selling Palmer or Estevao there. But do you know what I mean? It depends. It depends who it is.
The Kai Havertz one bothers me. Like, he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final for us, and he now plays for Arsenal.
It bothers me more because he gives it back. And I'm like, I don't know what you're giving this about. That's going to be one of the highlights of your career, scoring a Champions League final. Like, and there was no bad blood initially.
No.
That was the weird one for me because no one gave Jorginho anything. Jorginho's not had any.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Respect, I don't think.
Do we have enough cover and centre mid if we sell Andrey Santos? Do you think we're good in terms of bodies?
Like we said,
Someone would have to come in because it's Lavia's one you just can't bank on. As much as Asugo's there, even Asugo, we don't know. Is this going to be another case of like someone who's injured loads? I don't really know. And Santos has been there week in, week out. Actually, I don't think he's had any problem at any point.
Yeah. No, not that I can remember. But, no. I mean, look, yes, someone will probably have to come in, especially as you mentioned there that the Asugo injuries and the Lavia is the biggest concern because when he is fit, and we haven't seen it often, but when he has. Wow, he is a real talent, the boy. He's a major talent. And we just don't see it enough because...
Every Liverpool game.
It is Liverpool, it's always Liverpool, yeah.
Andrey Santos will know our opposition who will come play in the midweek very well. PSG, Champions League, biggest game of the season. There's always a feel with Chelsea in the Champions League. Even when we're unfancied, we fancy it.
More, if anything.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
You fancy
changing a man halfway through a season.
Yeah, we sack a manager and I go, I've seen the signs. Yeah. These are encouraging signs, literally.
You're fancying it, Tobes, aren't you? You think we've got a chance?
I just think it stinks of number 3. I do. I look at it, I go, oh, PSG, they're the previous winners. They should win that. That probably means Chelsea win it. Like, it just, that feels to me, or even they get extra time off. We sack a manager mid-season. The worse we're doing, the more I fancy us for Champions League. And probably the better we're doing, the adverse effect. I don't know, I can see it. Even with that side of the draw is so hard. Like, in my opinion, I think Arsenal got one foot in the final. I think
well, they should have. They should get to the final.
Most people would say that. Yeah. That other side is so horrible that I think anyone who goes through that and gets to the final will fancy their chances. Purely on, like, look what we've done to get here. And I don't know, it smells of it. It smells like the previous two, that's all.
What about you, Jace?
It does smell familiar. I'll give him that. Changing a manager halfway through a season and going to win the Champions League. I mean, I don't know, we've done it twice, remarkably. I don't know whether any other team has done that. I don't think so. Changed the manager and won the Champions League?
I think both times, it's like, we were like 9th when Tuchel took over.
Yeah. Hard to do. Even in 08, where we lost in the final, Avram Grant came in during the season. So we have got history in terms
of... Every final, yeah, you're right.
Every final we've got to, we've changed the manager. PSG's a different kettle of fish, though, and we played them in the Club World Cup final, and it was an incredible performance. Do you fancy our chances in Paris this week?
We've got to bring the tide back. It'll be difficult. From what I have seen, I don't watch Liga a huge amount. I see highlights on social media. I've watched them in the Champions League, obviously the Club World Cup. It does feel as though they're not quite the force they were this time last year, but this time last year was where their season started to really ramp up. They had a bit of a tricky start, and then in the Champions League where they really were the best side in Europe. Yeah, I love the way they play, moving the ball through the thirds. Kvaratskhelia one side, Doué, you've got Dembele up there as well. They've got dangerous players, like really talented, dangerous players. But it feels like they're not quite cohesive at the moment the way they were. I think it might be a good time to play them. They got beat at the weekend. Yeah. Go there and bring the tie back. Bring the tie back home. And then at Stamford Bridge, we saw what we can do to Barca against teams that do come on to us. Yeah. That's just the tie's got to be alive.
I agree.
I'll take one. The minimum is 1 goal defeat.
Yeah, even at
one goal defeat.
2-1, we're still within it. Like I said, it's just not getting hammered because they can do that. Yeah, they can. That's the problem with it.